first I need to do some technical checks. So we need to check if your arm works. So can everybody raise their hand to see what? So many people don't work? The other, you can use the non-dominant arm. Okay, that works. That works. Next, clapping. Let's check. Very good. You're nailing this one. Okay, that one you really got. Now, this one is a bit more challenging. I'm going to ask you to make some noise. Okay? 3, 2, 1. Ah, let's go! Woo! Okay. We're warming up. It's getting better. So now with that out of the way, that we know how to raise the hand, how to clap, and how to cheer, we get started in a journey of public speaking. Now, I'm going to ask you in a minute why you came to this workshop. And yes, you will have to grab a microphone and ask in front of all these people. But all of these people are same scared as you, so don't worry about that. And we're going to go through the different levels, the different stages that a person doing public speaking goes through normally. So you'll get a taster of the first stage, what it's like to be in survival, super nervous to get in front of people. You feel the nerves rising, like, ooh, so dense when you talk about the survival phase. And then you move on to the phase number 2, phase number 3, and phase number 4. I don't want to spoil it, but we're going to go through all of them, and you're going to get tools to be better in each of them. So wherever you are in your speaking journey, you get an opportunity to grow. Okay. First things first. What brought you to this workshop? I'm going to need somebody raising their hand. Why did you come to this one? What do you want to learn? What are you curious of? What are you scared of? Remember that thing that we did, raising the hand? There's the last person over there. Ah, there. Yes, and over there as well.
If you know that you need to refactor something, you have the knowledge, but you still need to sell it to the stakeholders. And if you do, it happens.
Perfect. So being able to sell your ideas, that got you here. Wonderful.
Can I ask? Yeah. No. Can you come closer? Yeah, but you can come closer.
The question was why I am here.
Yes.
It's one of those rare speaking with no AI context. Yeah.
Perfect, to experience some human interaction. That's great. Who else wants to say why they came here? Yes, people are being participative. Woo.
Interested, what's so special in touch public speaking? Is it really different from any other public speaking?
Spoiler alert, no. Okay, one more person, come on. Take one for the team. You feel it, just like feel it rising. Yes, there you go.
Hey, I actually did a few talks already, so I'm just looking forward to what can I improve?
Perfect. We will have for different levels, different tips. So that's going to be great for you as well. All right, let's get started. So the topic of the day is public speaking. And why do public speaking? This is a screenshot of a game I love called The Witcher. And these are all NPCs. So does somebody want to explain what an NPC is? For the people that don't know? Non-playable character, exactly. When we are not able to speak up, when we are not able to counter somebody, when we are not able to enter conflict, we are a non-playable character. We're just there, taking orders, waiting for the main character to come over. So what we want is to be comfortable enough with public speaking, or just speaking, that we will have agency. We won't just stand like an NPC just waiting for the hero to come over and poke over our question mark and then ask for a mission. What we do is we have agency, we go into the world and we start creating. We start sharing our ideas. We start saying the truth. Okay, so the goal of the day is don't be an NPC. Okay? And when we're talking about public speaking here, it's not public speaking on stage. Like, yes, some of you might have been on stage, but if you are not planning on being on stage, that's completely fine. This is not exclusive for stages. It's more like every time that you need to speak with direction. When you have an idea that you want to share and you want people to understand that idea, that's speaking with direction. When you want to speak to your partner because they did something that was not nice or that offended you, and you want to express your concern about the situation, you speak with direction. When you want to negotiate your salary in a salary negotiation, you speak with direction. So the audience can be one person, but the point is that you are connected to the message that you're going to say. And that's what we're here for you to learn how to express things clearly and confidently in the situations that matter, to speak with direction. Who am I? I didn't introduce myself. My name is Carolina, and over there in this picture, I was 7 years old. And that dude, the fat dude that loved food, that's my grandpa, Abuelito Hugo. And he was amazing. He was the first mentor I had in public speaking. In the dinner tables, when the whole family would gather, he would start telling stories. And it's a whole family of Italian descent. So it was very loud. Everybody was having their own conversations, screaming over each other, pass me the mustard. And Grandpa would start telling a story, and everybody went silent. Everybody looked at him, and he was such an engaging storyteller. And I remember looking at him and being like, one day I want to be like you, Grandpa. I want to have so many stories to tell, and I want to be captivating like you. So I put that dream on hold. I put pause on that. And then I became a therapist. Close. And I started working 12 years ago. And what I noticed in the consultations with people is that over and over again, they would tell me what was going on in their lives, and they will tell me the truth. But when it came to talking to their friend, their spouse, their boss, they didn't do it. They didn't talk to the people that they needed to talk to. They were just complaining to me. So I noticed that there's this trend where we are not able to tell the truth, to tell the things that we're really thinking and we're really feeling. So fast forward to now, I combine that background, that love for storytelling, that love for public speaking, with the psychology aspect, with the therapy aspect, the deeper layers of it. And I travel around the world teaching people how to public speak. It's a disguise. It's actually teaching communication, and it's actually teaching humaning. But public speaking is highly important, and people are interested in it. So, as I said before, there's levels to public speaking, and we're going to go through all of those levels. The first level is survival. Survival is when you step on stage. For example, let's say you have to speak in front of a group. You step, you're stiff as a bucket. You're like, ooh. You maybe say something. Maybe you don't say anything that makes sense. You freak out, you hyperventilate, you're tense, incredibly tense, blacked out. You get off the stage, and you're like, I don't know what happened there, and I'm whatever. Like, the moment is gone, so it doesn't matter. I'm over it. So who's in this phase with public speaking? Whenever you need to speak, remember lifting your hands? Okay. Who's here? Come on, don't be scared of lifting your hand. I know there's more. Okay, good. Thank you for admitting it. The survival state is actually the fastest one that you can get over with the right practices and if you expose yourself to it. And I want to tell you a story about fear. Because as a therapist, I know that everything that you fear holds you back a little bit. If you are scared of getting on stage, if you're scared of speaking up your ideas, you're not going to reach your potential. You're not going to be as good as you would be if you would be able to speak up. My fear was not public speaking. I was scared up until last year. I was terrified of the dark. Not necessarily a dark room. I was terrified of the ghosts or the creepy things that could crawl under my bed and like grab my ankle or something. Like, I don't know. I don't know what was the fear, but it was a fear that was inside of my head. So I knew that every time that there's a fear, it's a program running in the background that it's taking away processing speed. Right? It's like your brain cannot fully function, cannot be in its full potential if you have a big fear. That's why I decided to do a darkness retreat. Does anybody know what a darkness retreat is? Wow! There's people! Like usually it's like crickets. It's crickets. Nobody knows, but I'll still explain it. Darkness retreat is a room that it's pitch black. So it's completely blacked out. And you go there, and the people will bring you food and drinks, so you're not a prisoner, let's say. But in that room, you stay for 4 days and 4 nights in absolute pitch black. I was very scared. Can I curse on stage? I was shitting my pants, okay? And but I still did it. I still went in there. Because I knew it was important. And all my survival strategies, my survival physical responses got triggered. I was terrified. The first few minutes that I was in the dark, I was like, what have I done? Then some time passed, and it's like, it's not that bad, okay, I can touch the walls, I can move around the room, it should be fine. And then every now and then, waves of fear would come, like, wah, but under the bed. It's like, it's completely dark. The monster could come from anywhere, but I was still scared of under the bed. And as the days, the hours, everything passed, I start losing a notion of time, and I start being more comfortable with having waves of fear. And then the fear would rise. And then I would be tense, and I would realize, oh, it's actually subsiding. It goes away. Fear is an emotion. And as emotions, they are temporary. They just come and go. So in the darkness, what I faced was my biggest fear. And afterwards, I wasn't scared of the dark anymore. Now I can proudly say, as a 34-year-old woman, I'm not scared of the monster under the bed. But that was not true last year, and I needed to face that fear. So it's the same situation with public speaking. If you don't face the public speaking fear, it's going to keep on holding you back in ways that you might not even notice. You might be scared of getting a promotion. You might be scared of approaching somebody that's very attractive and you want to talk to them, but like, yeah! And then that could have been your wife. You could have had 3 kids and a dog. You know, you miss all of these things sometimes because you're afraid of speaking up. So there's an explanation, a biological explanation to all of this. And let me introduce you to your great uncle. Let's call him Ugg. That's his name. And he lived 300,000 years ago, where humans were just starting to develop, and we were living in tribes, in caves, we were hunting and gathering, and everybody had a role in that tribe. Ugg was particularly loud. He was a bit rebellious. He always questioned authority, he was speaking up his opinion, and he was extremely annoying to be around. So eventually, the elders of the tribe were like, okay, we cannot stand this dude. This is generating disruption. Let's exile Ugg. The problem with exiling Ugg is that Ugg then has to survive by himself. He goes into the forest or into the savannah, and then he has to face tigers and elephants and lions. And there's no tigers and lions in the same place, but maybe. But he needed to face the predators. Right? He needed to face the elements. He needed to get food. He needed to sleep at times. And then those times he was extremely vulnerable. So very likely, Ugg didn't survive. UG didn't get to pass on his DNA. But who got to pass on the DNA? Your great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandmother that was witnessing the whole situation. She was like, ooh, so if you speak up, then you can be kicked out and eaten by a hyena? Okay, let's not do that. And then we became increasingly scared of speaking up because our tribe might reject us. Because if we are in a tribe that doesn't see us as valuable, or that sees us as annoying, they might exile us, and then that's a death sentence. This is where the fear comes from. There's still a few weird mutants that are not born with public speaking fear. Like, let's say that 3 out of 10 people are not scared, but the vast majority of people are very scared of public speaking. It's in our DNA. So, what's important here is that we understand that public speaking, because it's something that naturally is not comfortable for us, we need to learn to navigate it. We need to get past this survival phase, expose ourselves, do some exposure therapy like I did with the darkness. And we learn to speak in public by doing. Okay? So today we're going to get chances to speak in public. Don't freak out. It's going to be safe. It's going to be cute. It's going to be cushioned. So imagine you were to learn how to surf, and you got 15 books on how to surf, and then you're reading. It's like, okay, body position, angles, currents, the color of the water. And you're learning, you're studying, you're making summaries, highlighting. None of that matters until you actually get on a wave. And it's the same with public speaking. I could be here talking to you about public speaking for hours. But until you actually speak, get things out, you realize, like, what blockages do I have? What is difficult for me? Then you're not really learning, you're not progressing. It's just illusion of a progression. So let's do the first tool. Let's learn the first tool, which is how to tell a story. Because in survival, there's a lot of things you can do to lower the stress, and we will do it. But at the same time, a great speech, even if you're nervous, if you prepare a great speech, you can give it, and people would be like, that was a great speech, even if you don't remember what you said. So if you make a really good story, coherent, that keeps people engaged, they might not realize that you're nervous. And then this is a trick that I'm going to teach you. But first, because we're going to be diving into this afterwards, you're going to actually get to tell a story, I'm going to teach you a quick strategy. So place one hand, or choose your hand, place it on your belly. The people that are not putting their hands on their belly, you're sitting in the first row. If you were going to be rebellious, you go in the back. No, it's okay. Good. Thank you for participating. You place your hand in your belly, and then you're going to have to breathe into your belly. So the idea is that when you breathe in, your belly moves up and down. Okay? So let's take one breath in the belly. Everybody's so silent. Okay, exhale. Do you feel the hand moving when you're breathing? Okay, some people nodding good. Okay, we're going to do an inhale for 3 seconds and an exhale for 3 seconds. Okay? So we breathe in for 1, 2, 3, and we exhale for 1, 2, 3. We do it again. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. One more time. Inhale. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. When we breathe into the belly, you can let go of your belly now. Or you can keep touching it if you like it. When we breathe deep when we breathe into the belly, we're signaling our nervous system that we're safe. Because nobody is running from a lion and being like, you know, very centered, very calm. But if we're breathing from the belly, it means that we're probably just chilling next to a tree, we're looking at the horizon and having a piña colada. This is what we want our nervous system to understand, that we are calm, okay? So when I ask you to tell a story in a little bit, you can breathe into the belly to signal your nervous system that you're safe. Remember, in your DNA, there's all sorts of information that it's saying, be terrified of public speaking, be terrified of being yourself and exposing yourself and being kicked out from the tribe. But if you breathe slow, then it all calms down. Parts of a story. 3 parts. Super easy. First one is context. We need to give context as to who, what, where is in the story. Is it a story about me? Is it a story about my dog? Is it a story about a cat, a random cat? Is it a story about Steve Jobs? Who, what, where? Where are they? What are they doing? What year is it? What are they talking about? Then you go into the plot. The plot is basically the problem that they run into, or the plot twist, the crazy thing that happens that shifts everything. That's the plot. And then you move on to the resolution. The resolution is where you find a nice bow and then wrap the story. You give a lesson. You say, and that's where I learned that you should never lick a fire pole. That's not a thing. And in the resolution is where you give the other person this neat package of information to store in their mind, okay? They might not remember the whole thing, but they will remember the resolution. So your goal now is going to be to tell a story, for the first time, maybe in your life, to craft a story and tell it to somebody else. And the way we're going to do this is you're going to go to your phone, you're going to search for a picture of the last month, maybe 2 months, if your life didn't have much going on in the last month. It could be from even this conference. Find a picture that has a story behind. It could be that you met with a friend that you haven't seen in a long time, or it could be that your dog was doing something really funny. And find that picture and use this framework to tell a story. Okay, you're going to be paired up in, do you want to do 2 or 3? Do you want to do 2 or 3? Participate. Come on, 2, 3? 1. Okay, but you come on stage. Okay, let's do 2 or 3. Okay, so everybody can decide if you do it in pairs or not, and then I'm going to give you, let's say 2-3 minutes per person. So you're going to be able to tell your story. So find first, for 30 seconds, don't overthink this. Find a picture that has a bit of a story, and then plug in the framework to tell a story about it. Any questions? No? Okay. Time is running then. Go ahead. Okay, everybody's super silent, so you're supposed to be talking to people? So turn to the person next to you and tell them, I have a story for you. Okay, look at each other. Yes, don't try to hide away. Yeah.
You need to push them a little bit.
Right?
It's a Czech crowd. It's normal.
Okay. I was a bit worried in the beginning, but
How much time do you have now for this exercise?
I think 1 more minute and then we're good.
Okay, and you're gonna then like invite the people on the because I need to go to the toilet. And I'm just figuring out when would be a good time to.
I'm gonna speak for a little bit, so
You're not gonna
yeah.
leave me with the mic.
I'll ask Julian.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Is it on?
Not sure if there's going to be any interaction with the
But you want to tell them something?
Yes.
Yeah, it's on. I just put it quiet a little bit.
How do I tell you to lift it?
I'm going to. So.
And now. Yeah. All right. Did you both get to tell your stories? The two people. I see a thumbs up. That's great. It was not even in the tech check. The thumbs up. Oh, I love it. You're coming up with new things. Okay. Good. Any questions, comments, something you want to share about the story? You can scream it. Like, it doesn't even have to be with a microphone. Yes? No? Everybody went shy all of a sudden. Yeah. It's better if it's fun. Exactly. There you go. That's a great strategy. When you tell a fun story, it's lighthearted. It still shares about you because like the pictures you have on your phone, they mean something to you. Like you took, or not, but not all of them, let's say. But if you chose a picture that means something to you, you're sharing about yourself, maybe a light moment, a happy moment. And then that helps you connect with the other person. And it takes the pressure away because it's not a presentation. It's not like you need to tell the stats and the KPIs. You're sharing something that happened. So you don't need to craft it in your head so it makes sense. Okay? So amazing. Something else somebody wants to say about the stories?
Hear me?
Yes.
I just wanted to say that it was simple because I was looking into 2 eyes. I didn't have to look at 100 eyes or 200 eyes, yeah?
That's how you get started, though. But very good job. Wonderful. Okay, so the thing is, with public speaking, you have to do it. Like, your body is gonna tell you, don't. What are you doing? Like, it's just, if you're on a plane and then you're about to jump, your whole body's gonna be shaking and being like, what, are you insane? Do you wanna die? But then you know that there's a parachute in your backpack. You know that the parachute is gonna open. You know that you're gonna be fine, but your body's still freaking out. So if you got up there and you paid who knows how much to jump on a parachute, then you do it. You do it. You convince yourself, you find the way, and you jump off the plane, and then you're like, ah, what have I done? And then eventually it's like, I'm so glad I did it. And if you do it a bunch of times, and then you survive every time, then your body's going to start to understand that it's actually not a death threat. And eventually you get to do fun stuff, right? Like you get to make shapes in the air with other people. But it's a similar situation. It's a very deep and generational fear that we have of being rejected. And if we don't expose ourselves and go through that shaky moment of survival, then we will never be on the other side and we cannot progress. Okay? So we reached level 2 because you have told your first story. So that gives you a bunch of points. And now we level up to validation. The second stage is where the nerves are still there, but they're not so high they're paralyzing. And where you are being able to express some ideas, but you're still insecure about it. Validation is named validation for 2 reasons. Because you need to validate, first, what's your style? Like you're like, okay, I'm public speaking now. Like what does that mean? What's my kind of voice? Am I funny? Am I serious? Am I inspirational? What am I? So you have to try a few things. Am I loud? Am I expressive? Am I a quiet one? You have to explore different things to see which one sits well with you. There's a million different ways to be a speaker. And the other reason why validation is called validation is because we need validation. We are very fragile in this phase. We are still learning to crawl. You're still learning to speak. You're putting yourself out there. You're very vulnerable. And then if somebody's like, then your confidence drops. And then you're like, back to survival. So it's a fragile phase. I remember when I was in high school, I was very philosophical, and I once wrote my heart out in an essay that it was not even, like, nobody said I should do that, but I was like, so what's the point of life when you have to go to school, then you have to get a job? And I poured my heart out because I really didn't understand what being human was about. And I wrote all of this essay that was basically a cry for help. Like when I look back, I'm like, that should have ticked some alarm bells. But I handed it to my philosophy teacher because I trusted her and I thought that she would be the person to understand and maybe give me some feedback and just get the conversation going with me. And what she did was she took it, she put it in a folder. Next time she brought it in, she handed me the paper with a grade on it. She just put, and it was a C, so it was like not even good, because I was not aiming for good. That was the last time I wrote something, and I gave it to somebody, because I was coming out of my shell. I was like, I want to share something. I feel like this thing is inside of me. I want to share it. And then somebody just like making it a ball and putting it in the trash can, that hurts. So when we're in validation, it's important that we are in a safe place, that people are not going to grab our dreams and trash them, that we're nurtured, that we're encouraged. And this is a very important phase to go through. Okay? Who here feels like they're in the validation phase? Raise your hand or thumb. Okay. Okay, so you have some experience. You still get a little bit nervous, but you already have some tools. Good. That was just to tell the story. If you have done a lot of public speaking and you feel like you never got past the validation phase, then I have set up Calendly, a bookie time, where you can just talk to me for half an hour and we probably will figure out what's getting you stuck in your public speaking. So just, you can scan the QR. But what's important in the validation phase is that we learn how to present ourselves, how to stand in front of a crowd, or basically how to speak to another person in an authentic way. Okay, so now I stopped. This is like the halfway point, the halfway mark of the stages. Let's do some Q&A. So anybody that has a question of the things that have happened so far, now is the time to bring it up, because we're going to shape the rest of the session based on your questions and what you want to learn, what you're interested in learning. So who has a question about survival or validation phase? Or public speaking in general?
Yeah. What does it mean to find my voice? Because I feel that I'm like past the validation phase, because I'm actually like looking for the thing I can improve, and I'm not getting like the feedback personally. Mm-hmm. But I don't know what that would mean, like to find my voice. I'm not sure I've done it yet.
Finding your voice is finding your style, finding something that feels comfortable to you. So you can watch other speakers and be like, I love the way that that person tells stories. I love the way that that person is inspiring and just giving new ideas. And then with those, you just make a Frankenstein out of every idea, every person you admire, and you create your own style. Because quite often in public speaking, I don't know if you know Toastmasters. Toastmasters? Yes, you know Toastmasters. Toastmasters is a public speaking club that basically teaches you how to stand on stage, like stand in a proper way, distribute your time in the middle of the stage, on the side of the stage, on the other side of the stage, look at everybody in the eye. Like, it's very meticulous, very precise public speaking that works on your body language and the way that you speak. That's a generic way of looking at public speaking. What validation phase is about is that you discover what's your way. Because maybe for you, it's not about distributing your time on stage. Maybe for you, it's about like this. Like maybe this is authentic to you. You have to try a bunch of different things to figure out which one is the one that fits you, that feels comfortable with you. Does that answer your question? Maybe you need to experiment a bit more. Maybe you need to go crazy. Maybe you just put some memes in there, maybe you tell a story, and maybe you do some things that you love. Yeah, exactly. That's the place, because you're not so terrified that you cannot do it anymore. Like it's not physically impossible to do it. So that's how you discover your own style. Okay, other question.
So let's break the ball. I would ask you if there is a possibility.
Yeah.
So there is a thing, you should start bad. Because when you start bad, you can go only up. So what do you think about it? Because if I start and everything I do bad. Yeah.
Yes.
So when I start, I do bad, and I only go up. So why be scared? What worst things can happen? That's my question.
Okay, your question is, why are you scared?
No, actually, there's a question how to be better. So if you are not scared to be bad, so you only be better. So my question is it a good, please do. Thank you. Is it good approach to start bad or not?
To start bad, you mean? That just to be bad? Yeah, absolutely. Anything worth doing, it's worth doing badly because you want to get it out there. Because if you don't do it bad, if you're not a little bit cringe, then it's not in the beginning, of course. You're never going to be past that moment.
So I dropped the mic.
You drop the mic. No, you hand it to the next person. He has a question.
Hello. I don't know if I'm still in the validation phase, but what I'm struggling with is that I don't really understand what's happening in my body. I'm not a shy type. I feel confident about the topics I'm trying to talk about, but when I'm about to speak publicly, I'm just getting so nervous, and I just don't know where it comes from. So it's hard for me to get past that.
Yes.
And I know I should practice, but you know the feeling when you're just anxious and you don't understand what's happening. So it's hard to start and overcome this.
How long have you been speaking in public?
I haven't. I've done like a few presentations during my studies and one presentation in my job, which turned out to be more of a demo than presentation because that was easier for me.
Okay. Well, that's maybe it could be just that you need more opportunities to practice. That you need to train your body. What we were saying about the skydiving, like the first time is terrifying. The more you do it, but it takes good 10, 15 times for you to get a good grasp on it. And then if you give 10, 15 presentations, then the nerves, like your body starts to understand this is not dangerous. And that you're not going to be kicked out of your job or, well, unless you say something wild, but it should be fine.
Yeah, that's also the thing, because when I was speaking in my job, it was in front of my colleagues. There was no external people. I know all of them, but still I'm getting nervous.
Yes, it's your tribe, because you're afraid that they're going to reject you, or you're afraid. Can you pinpoint what fears were going through your mind?
It's not like fear that's happening on the conscious level. It's just the feeling. I can't really understand what's happening. That's why I'm asking.
Yes. Okay. So this happens a lot, and this is actually why I put the QR code up here, is that you have a bad public speaking experience, and then you will lock into that. It could have been in high school, it could have been in primary school, like you were giving a presentation, and then a kid in the class is like, I don't know what they do, but they do something, and then in your brain, like there's like a shutdown, and then it's imprinted in your head that this is a dangerous situation. So quite often what happens is that a bad experience continues to repeat itself until you unlock the bad experience. So you have to go back in your timeline and be like, okay, when I felt this fear, like what does it remind me of? I had one client that was afraid of public speaking. She was like, I don't know, I just get really nervous when people are watching me. And then we did a hypnosis session, and then she went back. And then the memory that came back was a time when she was in high school and she stole a phone from a classmate. And then she was afraid of being discovered. And then that just created tension and this fear of being exposed. Because if she gets exposed, then she's going to go to jail or be grounded or whatever. So when you discover the origin, the thing that's blocking you, then you release it. Like you can reprogram your mind to be like, okay, this is not, doesn't have to be like this forever. This is not the response I want for the rest of my life to public speaking. And then you let it go. Another client was not scared of public speaking. It was not even a public speaking situation. Every time that she was in a room where there were some figure of authority, she traveled back in time to her father that would scream a lot. So there are things happening in our mind that we don't really realize, and that creates a response, an automatic response. So sometimes we lock in an event from the past, and then the public speaking brings it back.
So, are you saying that if we're struggling to find this trigger in our minds, should we try hypnosis or something?
Yeah. Yes, it's not as scary as it sounds. This was not a talk about hypnosis, but hypnosis, what it does is just you go into a relaxed space, mind space, and then you just let your brain do associations, your subconscious mind do the work for you, and then it connects a feeling with, it could be an image, a sound, a memory, and then you go to that place, and it's almost like you're living it, but you're grown up and you're here. So then that's the way that it works. It's actually just normal therapy, but I get that for the rest of the world, it's like hypnosis, but it's not really that weird.
I just never trusted that.
Yeah.
Somebody can. I just don't think it works. I would need to be convinced. So.
Well, yeah, no. What you need is, if you were going to try it, you just need to have an open mind to be like, okay, whatever, I'll just try it out, but it does access very easily your subconscious mind, which is what's causing all of these triggers and these responses, unconscious responses. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. I actually have an exercise I would like to try, but I need a brave soul. I need somebody very brave that is in validation, like it's in the stage of validation, that wants to try something. It's a simple exercise, but it can be very deep. So whoever is thinking that you might be the person, if you get the nudge to be that person, let's go. Okay? I think like you want to. Yes, you in the pink thingy. Yeah, that's always the people that are important to go. Come. Well, that's fine. Okay, come on stage with me. What's your name?
Bea.
Bea.
Yes.
Nice to meet you. Very brave. Thank you. Yes. Okay. Look at the people in the first row. What is he thinking?
He's thinking, what were you going to say next? Why did you say I should look at them?
What is he thinking?
Now it's getting more hard.
What do you feel when you look at them looking at you?
They want to know what's going to happen.
They want to know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Okay. You're actually, you're fine. Are you not thinking that they're judging you, or are you not scared of them? They seem fine to you?
Maybe it's sometimes a bad thing, actually, that I'm not scared of what other people think or might do. Maybe it's actually my negative. Yeah.
You got to the point of it, yes. Because sometimes, if you look at people, I've had it's now everybody's super smiling and nice. Is it because she's on stage? You're all nice to her, but when you're when people look at me, they're like that. And then when you look at people and you see them like that, you're interpreting their feelings and their emotions from their face, but sometimes they're just relaxed and listening. Did you see any of those faces in the crowd? The ones that are judging you or bored? No. Very good.
I mean, we live in Czech Republic. It's
that's normal, right? That's a good point. That's a good point, that it's just a relaxed face. Good. Okay, thank you for coming to the stage. Now we're in the level 3. Thanks to Bea, that we were able to see that, well, actually everybody has a friendly face, so then we can move on to the next phase. There's a beautiful thing that happens at the end of validation, the second part, where you're just trying to figure things out, that makes you graduate to ownership. Ownership is the third phase. And that beautiful thing is when you are preparing a speech, when you're preparing to get out in the world in some way, and you are not thinking about yourself. The graduation moment happens when you go from me, am I good? Am I nice? Am I pretty? Are my stories super engaging? Is this great? Am I amazing? To, it's not about me. It's about the message, and it's about the people that I can help, or the impact that I can have with my voice. But it has nothing to do with me. I remember this happened to me the first time I was facing a big crowd. I was super nervous. I was for days on days practicing my speech and just trying to make it better, make it nicer, make it perfect. Because the speech needs to be perfect, and my clothes need to be perfect, and everything needs to be perfect. Oh, it's not about me. It's about the message. It's about what I can teach. It's about the experience I can share that it's going to help somebody else. And once you have that realization and you feel that realization in your body, you feel it in your system, then you're in ownership. Because in ownership, when you got yourself out of the way, when it's not about how validated and how pretty and how smart you are, then you can actually begin to public speak. Then you can actually begin to move forward, present your ideas, and present your stories, and change people's minds. So, in ownership, we learn to articulate our thoughts, not only in a way that it's engaging, but also in a way that it's meaningful, that it lands. Okay? And I want to give you another tool for you to take home, and this one is for you to use maybe at work, if you have a team meeting, if you decide to do a lightning talk later, you can use this model. By the way, let's talk about the lightning talk in a bit. But when you are going to present an idea, what's important is that you understand who are you presenting to. So when you have, let's say, to present a project to your boss, you have to think, what does my boss care about? What does he go to bed thinking about, wake up thinking about? What is he always repeating in the team meetings? Or she? And then you take that information and you craft the presentation of your idea based on what the other person cares about, what the other person thinks. Okay? So an example, I was in an idea factory, I think it's called, a few years ago, which was basically a competition where teams would compete to have the most innovative idea to make tourism more prevalent in a city. This was a city in Spain. And we were all working for 48 hours straight, coming up with the most innovative idea. This assignment was the thing that nobody thought about. And me and my team, we were like, okay, we're gonna build a gaming hub, and this is gonna be the place where eSport Olympics is going to happen. And then we just came up with the most innovative, high-tech, amazing idea to bring tourism into this city. What we didn't know is that to win that competition, we needed to face a jury. So we didn't know who the audience was going to be. And it turned out 1 hour before that we were presenting, it turned out that the audience was politicians. Boomer politicians. And we had this innovative, out of the blue idea that nobody came up with. It was really the most innovative idea. But who did they choose? They didn't choose the teams that came with crazy ideas, technological ideas, future-focused ideas. They chose the team that was like, what if we just paint a few buildings yellow and make yellow the color of the city? They won. They won because they had a nice story, they talked well about the city, they did a nice presentation, and then they were like, and it's low implementation costs, and it just creates this very big effect. Yeah, we had no chance because we didn't think that we were going to be evaluated by boomer politicians that just want the city to have a face wash, and then they can use that in their campaign, so then they get reelected. So that's why it's really important to think, who's going to listen to your stories? Who's going to listen to your ideas? And what do they care about? Okay, if you're going to present something to HR, you're not going to talk about optimizing the automations of everything. Like, you just tell them the team synergy and how this would improve the communication between team members. You always choose your vocabulary according to the person you're talking to. And we're going to use another framework, and this is to structure your idea. You start with, why is your idea important? Then, what is your idea all about? And then, how to implement it. Okay, so let's dive a little bit deeper into it. So, why is it important? Again, important for the person that's listening, taking care of your audience. Then, this could look like, why is it important? If you're talking to HR, because it will decrease absenteeism and it will increase employee engagement. Why? Okay, perfect. What? I suggest we have a ping pong table at the office. That's the what. And the how-to is like, I already know where we can place it. It can be in this place. And we have right there like a few books, but nobody likes to read. So then what we can do is we put the books on eBay, sell them. With that money, we buy the ping pong table. Is that okay? Can I get the giggle? So when you're presenting an idea, you will need to first say why it's a great idea, then what is your idea about, and then how do you plan to make it happen. And when you plan to make it happen, you also have to include pre-answering objections. Like, you know that they might object, it's like, oh, we don't have budget, or it's too, like, it takes up too much space, we have nowhere to put it. So you just respond to those questions before they're even asked. And that's the way that you present an idea that gets taken in. Okay, so what we will do now is we will do this with an idea that you have, and just choose an idea that you have for the office. You know, when I do this exercise, crazy ideas come. Like, people are swallowing their amazing ideas to change their companies. They just don't share them. And when we do this exercise, they're actually able to say that thing that they've been thinking about for months, and then it's great. So take it as your practice. If you have an idea that you've been wanting to share with your colleagues, with your boss, with your partner, just pick an idea and run it through this framework, okay? Why, what, how to, and you're gonna present it to the person next to you or behind you. So this is another one of those interactive exercises, okay? Questions about the exercise? Questions? No questions? You're ready to go? Okay. Thumb me up. Yes? Let's go. Then, think about your idea, put it through the framework, and tell it to the person next to you. If you... If you haven't already, switch the person. So the next person speaks, tells their idea. And if you are just having a nice conversation because you finished, then that's perfect. Please continue. You have 2 more minutes. All right, let's wrap it up. Wonderful. Yeah, you're so efficient at finishing conversations. Okay, who wants to share the idea on stage? Huh, you didn't expect that. You got a chance to practice it. So now you know how to structure it. You come on stage, you get exposed, so you can take 1 more exposure to public speaking, and then also you get feedback on how to present your idea, so then you can bring it to your boss, bring it to HR, bring it to your teammates, and then make something happen. Who wants to make something happen? Who wants to make something happen? Woo! Who? If you're thinking, it might be me, but I don't know. Come on. Yes. Come. Yes. Woo! This is. Please, come on in.
Hey. I think that when you have your presentation and you were very careful to prepare it, it's good to think about how the space when you will have the presentation will look like. Because from my recent experience, when I had a workshop for, 20 people, and their space looked like your class on elementary school. Like there was this teacher spot and then the places, and everyone has the monitor in front of them, so they were a bit hidden behind the monitor. And the interaction was much harder for me. So my idea is to do the same workshop again, but bring it to a much smaller room, around some oval table, to make everyone feel much closer. So think about the space where you are having or presenting your ideas.
Amazing. How would you implement it?
Change the space.
Rearrange the seating, take
Exactly, rearrange it and make the people a bit more comfortable, but eventually they will come up with more from that experience.
Amazing. And who are you presenting this idea to? To like the next conference you speak at, or boss?
Yeah, on my next workshop, during this month or the next month.
But where do you speak? Where do you do your work?
It will be in Česká spořitelna, actually.
Yeah, go ahead. Okay, amazing. You did a great job. You got it. Like, he's an example of what to do, how it looks great. Now, if somebody feels like their presentation is not so polished, their idea is not so polished, but you still would like to give it a shot, now it's your moment. I'll just wait. Indefinitely, I'll just wait. I was in the darkness for 4 days, just with my thoughts, looking at emptiness. Yes, my lady. Come over. What's your name?
Hi there, I'm Jana. I'm from Make,
Jana.
the automation platform, and I'm from the engineering team. So when we are making new features for our product, there is a lot of people from other departments that might be a bit lost when it comes to code or AI or some terms we are introducing. So some idea what we could do about it is having a workshop between us engineers and, let's say, HR or marketing department, and help them out with it. Maybe make some automations for our company as well, for our internal processes. How to do it? That's easy. We have a company Slack channel, so we could meet up or we could decide when to meet up and do it like that as a workshop. With a beer, of course.
Ah, amazing. Who are you presenting this idea to? So like your HR team?
To my colleagues. I'm not sure we need an approval for this, right? So
Yeah.
this could be for anybody just after work. Or, to stakeholders if we want to make it on the company time.
Yeah. Okay, so let's say that you present it to a stakeholder. Who would that be? Would that be like your team lead?
Manager, let's say.
Your
or
manager?
Maybe the HR, as you suggested.
Okay. Are they here? It's you! See, making things happen. Amazing. So, well, I guess your job is done. Wonderful. Thank you. Oh, and our lovely HR person here is gifting stickers to the people that actually speak. So if you want to present your idea, you would get a sticker. Okay? If praise and recognition and applause don't work for you, there's stickers. Okay? One more. Come on, one more. Let's go with one more. That person. Yes. Come over, sir. You need your microphone.
Hi there. I want to add a bit of reflection. So, at the beginning of this presentation, we had an analogy that there was a tribe who, I don't know, somehow discovered that a person is bad for this tribe and throw him away. He now died, and everybody is afraid. So we're trying to get rid of it. We want. I want to present a small idea why we should leave this fear. Because it can be another way. When the person is well trained, not afraid of anything, can speak well, he or she can present bullshit. Sorry for. He will present, or she, tribe will agree, do this way, and disappear again. This is why we should leave some fear. And what is the fear? The fear is to say something which is not true and be, I don't know, quite stubborn in presenting it without feedback loop. We should have some fear, because for tech, public speaking may have consequences. And when you say once bullshit, it's okay. Everybody will try. See, this is bullshit. Got a feedback loop. Next time you probably won't be a speaker on a tech conference. So this is what we should do, avoid telling something not true. And how to, I guess, the best for me is to try. That's why we have demos, because in demo, you cannot tell something, be persuasive, tell everything, it's really fine, but then demo is crashes, and it appears it's not true. So how to have some material and to expect for feedback loop. Of course, we are afraid of people outside of stage, but to get something from them is beneficial, I guess.
All right. Yeah, I love it. I love when somebody stirs up some debate. I would love that the fear would be the blockage between the people that say bullshit and the people that say good things. But usually the people that are not fearful of public speaking are the ones that are saying bad things. And then the people that are really scared of public speaking are the ones that could say something different. So that's why we need to train our fear, I think. But that was a great way of presenting an idea. It's like, okay, I have a challenging concept, and I think there's a reason for this fear that we shouldn't completely delete it. And I think it's an evolutionary thing. So even if we wanted to, it would take a few generations to get rid of it. So it's here to stay for a minute. And but I do appreciate that idea of doing demos, because you cannot fake it. You just have to do it. So, okay, amazing. Amazing for sharing these ideas. Amazing for the brave people that came on stage. Now, we are in the ownership, reminder, we're in the ownership phase. And if you don't want to take notes, which nobody did, so I don't if you don't feel like taking notes, you can get the guide. All of the concepts that we talked about, the storytelling, the why, what, how to, all of those things are in the guide, and there's a couple more things in there as well. And in that guide, you should have all the information of what was discussed today. But we'll still have a little bit of time for more questions. So let's keep it up, but let's do an exercise before we go. No, this is my brain actively thinking. We are arriving to the last phase, which is the stage 4, which is called transformation. Transformation happens when somebody's so comfortable with their public speaking that they are not self-conscious anymore. And they are on stage with a bigger message. So it's not about them. And they have cleared themselves enough that they can bring visionary ideas. And they basically can suspend time. They can take people on a journey. They can make people feel things. And then somebody is different from the moment that the talk started to the moment that it ended. So transformational speakers are people that are able to impact you on a deeper level. And the reason why transformational speakers are the way they are is because they're able to connect to something in themselves that they can transmit to others. And that part is emotion. So what we're going to do now is do a short exercise, maybe we'd still like a couple minutes, where you will connect with something that matters to you. I'm going to tell you in a second the instructions. And the assignment is that you become transformational for a second, that you connect with a bigger vision, a bigger way of looking at things, a zoomed out perspective. And in that space, through that type of feeling, you're transmitting information to the other person. Okay, so the exercise we will do is to talk about a dream you have. A dream as in like, I want to build an off-grid cabin in the middle of the woods, and I want to live there from 50 until I die. Okay, that could be a dream. Or it could be a bucket list item. Maybe like dream is like, ooh, no, that's too fluffy. Well, okay, it could be a bucket list item. What do you want to do before you die? Because we will. So we need to have things that we look forward to. And that could be, I would like to try skydiving, or I would like to learn to surf. I would like to get a puppy. I would like to be a father. Anything that you have that is a bucket list item, you can bring it. Okay? So identify in your mind, what is it? Is it a dream? Is it a bucket list item? What can I share? And I'm not going to give you any instructions of how to structure this. The only instruction is feel the feeling that that thing gives you. If it doesn't give you feelings, it's not a dream. Like a dream, but intrinsically, is supposed to make you feel. It's supposed to make you excited. It's supposed to create images in your head and sparkles in your body. Glitter. So do you have it? Do you sort of have something? Or do you need me to keep on explaining? Yeah, keep on going. So then you don't have to share? That's very smart of you, sir. Okay, then I'm going to give you now 2 minutes to share. And I get it's really scary. I get it's really scary to share something close to your heart with somebody, especially if it's somebody that you don't know. But trust me, it's the fastest way to build connection. When you share something, like you're taking a risk in what you're sharing, because it's like, ooh, this is close to my heart. Please don't step over it and destroy it. And then the other person holds that space, and then they're like, cool, man. Then it's beautiful. You're bros now. So let's make some bros and sisters. Let's go. You get about 2-3 minutes each to share with each other. Pairs or threesomes, whatever you want. All right, switch the person. So the other person, switch to the other person so they can share their dream. 2 more minutes. Let's wrap it up. 30 seconds. All right. All right. Let's wrap it up. Always harder to stop talking about the dreams and the good things, the good stuff. All right. How was this? With a thumbs up, down, up. Yes. Oh, so many thumbs up. This is great. Did you connect with the feeling of excitement, of a dream, of a bucket list item? Could you able to feel something? Tommy? Hey. Good, good. That's what the transformational stage of speaking is all about, is when you're able to connect to a feeling and transmit through your words that feeling. So now, to bring everything together, because you've been so much out of your comfort zone, what's one more thing? I'm going to propose to do a short visualization. Does anybody know about meditation? Does somebody know about meditation? Oh, okay. Oh, that's a lot of people. Okay. So a visualization is like a meditation, but you have a lot of images in your mind. And what we will do is we will go on a tiny journey of transformation and of using your voice. It's just a very short one. And then afterwards, we're going to be back in this place, and we're going to do a short exercise, and we're going to wrap things up. Okay? So I'm going to need my sound team to test. And sound team to test the sound. Okay? Yeah, perfect. That's a perfect level. All right. We'll get started. So please find a comfortable position to sit. Relax into the chair. Regulate your breathing. And close your eyes. Feel your breathing as it calms down after your talk of exciting dreams and things ahead. Feel the emotions that have been stirred up. And continue breathing deeply. Relaxing into the chair. And let's invite somebody that said some words that changed your life. It could have been a small thing. It could have been, I love you. It could have been, you're doing great. A teacher, a family member, somebody whose words touched you. And let's bring another person now to your mind's eye that said something nice. Maybe when you were having a tough day, a tough week, a tough month, somebody that spoke to you and cheered you up. And let's keep people coming like raindrops. You see their faces, the faces of the people that had complimented you, supported you, taught you something new. Welcome them in your mind. Let them form a crowd. So many people that influenced you. So many people that made you feel valued, that made you feel loved, made you feel seen. And now imagine those people are in your audience. And you're standing in front of them. They love you. They support you. They want to see you succeed. And your words, the things that you say, can impact them and can impact others. You could be sitting around in so many people's audiences as the person that said something nice, as the person that said something loving, or something that shifted perspectives. Imagine that power lives inside of you. It's like a beautiful light that you can bring out through your words. Feel the feeling. What does it feel like to hold the power to change somebody's life? What does it feel like to make somebody feel seen? To make somebody feel loved? To make somebody feel supported? And to be that person that brings it to the other person? To be able to change somebody's life? You do. You hold this power. Have it within. So feel that power and locate it in your body. Is it in your head? Is it in your belly? Is it in your heart? Bring attention to it. And bring attention back to your breathing. Hold that space. And take 3 deep breaths. In your own time. Before we slowly come back. When you're ready, come back. Hi. Hi. Everybody's so much softer, so much more calm. Thank you for doing that. You connected with that part of you that can be transformational. And now I want to give you the opportunity to stand on stage while still keeping that feeling. And we're not going to do anything crazy. You come to the side of the stage, you walk on, you stand in the middle, and you look at the audience. And you can imagine as the audience is all of those people that have helped you and held you, or you can see the people that are right in front of you. Either way, you can stand on stage, feel the feelings for 1 second, 2 seconds, and then you just walk out. It's just a couple of seconds, but it's to lock in this experience, okay? So we're gonna do it in lines. So the first line, if you're so kind, please make a line on this side. Yes. Yes. Come. And then the second line goes, and the third line goes, and it's just simple. It's just walking on stage, standing in the middle, looking at the audience, and then walking out. For the people that are sitting, when you see people walking on stage, try to see them as who they are. And you will see that there's people that walk on stage and like they want to run away. There's people that like own the stage. And there's going to be all sorts of people. Yes, so you're going to be one of those. And try to see the uniqueness in everybody. Because everybody has their own way of walking on stage. Okay? Let's do it. I'm going to put some music. When the music starts, you walk in.
Back in the days we wanted everything. Mama said, burn your biographies, rewrite your history, light up your wildest dreams, museum victories. Every day we wanted everything. Mama said, don't give up, it's a little complicated. All tied up, no more love, and I'd hate to see you waiting. Had to have hopes for a living, shooting for the stars, but I couldn't make a killing. Didn't have a time, but I always had a vision, always had hopes. Had to have hopes for a living, didn't know how, but I always had a feeling I was gonna be that one in a million. Always had hopes. Mama said, something for oddities, stranger cruises. Ain't ever wannabes, winning the novelties that don't ever change. We wanted everything. Stay up on that rise, stay up right up. No more love, and I'd hate to see you waiting. They say it's all been done, but they haven't seen the best of me. So I got one more run, and it's gonna be a sight to see. Had to have high hopes for a living, shooting for the stars when I couldn't make a killing. Didn't have a time, but I always had a vision. Always had high hopes. Had to have high hopes for a living. Didn't know how, but I always had a feeling I was gonna be that one in a million. Always had high hopes. Had to have high hopes for a living, shooting for the stars when I couldn't make a killing. Didn't have a time, but I always had a vision. Always had high hopes. Had to have high hopes for a living. Didn't know how, but I always had a feeling I was gonna be that one in a million. Always had high hopes.
5 more minutes. Woo! Amazing! Did you see all of those different personalities and all of these gestures and things? You can be creative, you can be so different. That's what I want to encourage you to do, to not be more of the same, to just be you. And I know that that sounds like a fortune cookie, but the idea is that you are able to show yourself as you are. And if you're going to be rejected, if you're going to be judged, well, you might as well do it while being who you are and not a character. I know it's safer to be a character, but at the same time, not so great. I'm going to share one last story with you. And this is me when I was a little kid. And my mom would have a saying that she would tell me all the time. Because I was very fearful. I was always scared of climbing trees or climbing rocks. And then my mom would tell me, "You can do it, daughter. You can do it, daughter." So I grew up having the support of my mom and then being able to go and try new things. Little did you know that then I was going to leave my country. I was born in South America. I left my country, came to Europe, studied, traveled the world. I did a bunch of crazy things, and because of that encouragement, and that was internalized. And this was an apartment I was living in the Netherlands when I first moved to Europe. And it was the toughest time of my life. I was going through a divorce. I had moved to Europe with my ex-husband, and it didn't work out. So we decided to part ways. I was for the first time learning to live alone. It was a time where I was also struggling financially. Like I was a foreigner. I didn't speak Dutch, which if any of you know, it's a very difficult language. And I just couldn't get my footing. I was feeling so trapped. And then around the same time, this was June 2020, it was the pandemic, I was trapped in Europe, the airports were closed, and my godmother, who was like a mom, a second mom to me, got sick. And she couldn't get a surgery in time because of the pandemic, and she ended up passing away. And I was in this apartment in the opposite side of the world, not knowing how I was going to pay rent, not knowing how I was going to put my life together. And I received a text message from my mom. "You can do it, daughter." The only thing that she said was that. And it was exactly what I needed. I didn't need solutions. I didn't need to think of a plan to get out. I just needed to know that I was supported and I was going to get through it. Words have that power. And words create this connection with others that make them feel seen. So,
today, I invite you to treat words as if they have power, because they do. And let's not use public speaking. Let's not just speak for the sake of speaking. Let's honor words. If you're not an extrovert, better. Because that means that when you say something, it's because you really have to say it. Raise your word, not your voice. Use wiser words, well-organized, clear words, and own their power. For you can be that someone that is changing somebody's life. Thank you.